Good day, everyone. In today's video, I would like to introduce you to TIA portal. Some refer to it as TIA portal. It's a Siemens software. It's one of the latest softwares from Siemens that you can use to program PLCs and to also program HMIs and SCADAs. So I will take you through the components individually. Let's start at the PLC. This one is a S7 1200. It's from Siemens. It's a compact PLC. You get a compact PLC and you also get a modular PLC. In a compact PLC, everything is built into one place. Whereas on a modular PLC, you're gonna get a digital input card, digital output card, CPU, communication card, analog input card, analog output card as a separate units. But on this one, the CPU is built onto this one. The comms CP card, which is the communication, is also here. The digital inputs, you can connect your digital inputs here, and your analog outputs and your analog inputs. So everything is built onto one. This is usually used for smaller projects. Let's say irrigation system, dust suppressions, fan. You are running fewer inputs and fewer outputs. But as soon as you have a bigger project, let's say you are running the whole plant, then you need the bigger PLC. But the system, the principles and the fundamentals stay the same. On this side, we've got an HMI. It's a Siemens Simatic. It's a comfort HMI. It's usually named according to the size of the display. I will show you shortly. Okay, if you look at this one, it's a TP 1200 comfort. That 1200 comfort is got to do with the dimensions of this. It's the size. The TP 1500 will be slightly bigger. This HMI is using 24 volts for power this side, and we have a power supply this side. We supply this power supply with 220 volts in, and we get 24 volts out to power this HMI. The word HMI stands for Human Machine Interface. So we're gonna switch it on quickly, but before we do that, there's also a comms cable, communication cable, which is an RJ45. It connects from this side into the PLC. So these two are communicating with each other. There was a program that's gonna be downloaded into the PLC, but it will have to communicate with the program that is on the HMI, but we're gonna go through that when we look at the actual Simatic TIA portal software. So now coming back to my HMI, we can use this power supply to switch it on. Like I said, it's powered with 24 volts. Let's just wait for it. There it's coming on, it's gonna load. There's already a software that is loaded onto it right now, but we're not gonna work with that one at the moment. And my PLC this side is powered straight with 220 volts. It's got a built-in power supply, so we do not supply it with 24 volts, but we use the whole 220 to power it. So now going into the actual software, the software is called TIA portal, which stands for Total Integrated Automation. This is version 15. It's good enough for practicing and for doing just to understand the PLCs, but they are already running with version 18 now, I think, in the market, but we are just here to understand the basics. Let me open that software for you. Total Integration version 15.1. We're gonna try to use that software to work with these components. So coming back to my software, if you can open an existing project, but we're gonna start a new project. Let's say we're creating a new project. The project name, you can give your project name. Let's say you are running a fan, home automation system, irrigation system, and all that. But I'm gonna stick to project 3. You can put any comments, but let's go a bit fast. Okay, we say we create. This is like a startup wizard. It helps you to build your project. And then So now when you are inside the tier portal, you can do a number of things. You can configure a device. To configure a device, inside the software there's already an existing library of devices from Siemens. So like we have seen, our PLC is a S7 1200, but it does have a serial number on the side that we're gonna go and search for when we go inside that device configuration, because the device on the software must also match the actual hardware device that you are using. The same will apply for the HMI. So we can start with the device configuration, which is more like a hardware configuration, and then once we're done with those, we're gonna go to write the PLC program. You can also configure an HMI, which is this one, and then you can, once you're done, you will download the program from the PC into the PLC, and also from the PC into the HMI. These network cables are there for that. If you can see, this network cable is to help me to download or upload from the device to my PLC, and then I've got this cable as well to upload or download the data from my PC to the HMI. So yeah, let's go inside the program quickly and configure. So we can just say show all devices that are available on the Siemens. It's a bit slow. So now, which device are we going to configure? It's a controller, which is this PLC, and then it's a S7 1200, and I think this one, if you look on the device, it's a 1215 1BG 40XBO. Okay, it's this one. Okay, version 4.4, 4.2, and then let's just wait a bit. So once we've done the device configuration, is because it's a compact PLC, this one we're just gonna get the whole item, which is with digital ins already built into it, with digital outs built into it, with the network card. But if we're working with modular PLC, we're gonna go take each device and add it here. Let's say we add the CPU here, we add the CP card, we add the digital ins, digital outs, analog in, analog out, depending on the number of modules we have. Okay, so we are done with the device configuration in terms of this PLC. We can also go to the bottom. Let's say we add a new device. Now if we add a new device, now we want to add this HMI. Ne? So it's the same thing. We're no longer selecting controller now. We're gonna select an HMI. Like we said, it's a comfort panel 12-inch, that one to TP comfort. Then we do that. We also add the HMI. So our hardware config is done. The next thing that we need to do now is to set the IP addresses of these devices to have the same IP address as my laptop, so that they can communicate. We're gonna go through that shortly. Okay, but before we go that, when you're doing an HMI configuration, it actually helps you with a wizard. You can select how many what PLC connection you want to do, the screen layout, how many screens, but we're gonna come back to those details depending on how many pages of the HMI you want to build. But we're gonna go through those details on later videos. For now, it's just an overview. Okay, let's finish that one. Now we want to try and set up the IP addresses so that all the devices can communicate. Alright, so to set up the IP addresses, we're gonna start with the device, which is my PC. We're gonna go to control panel. We're gonna go to network sharing center, and then we select Ethernet. I hope my camera is clear enough. And then we go to properties, and then we select Internet IP number 4. You can see my IP address is like this, so I need to change it to be in the same domain or same range as my devices. So it's 192.168.0. Maybe I can just say .5, because I already know the IP addresses of my devices. It does not, there's no specific value for that IP address, but it must just be in the same domain. So now if you come back to my tier portal, let me just pause it. So if you come back to my tier portal, I can just go to devices and network. There's a PLC that I've configured, and this is the HMI that I've configured. So I can go inside my PLC, and then let's just scroll this thing a bit up, and then there's my IP address there. It's 192.168.0.1. I can always change this to be the same as my device, or I can change my device to be in the same range. What is more important, the last digit must be, like the first 3 digits must be the same, then the last digit can be 1, 2, 3, 4, or any value, but the last digit must be just different. The same will apply to my HMI. If you notice my HMI, let's look at the properties of my HMI just a bit. What's happening now? Devices and networks, HMI, and then I can go to my Profinet Ethernet address. There's my address. So the address is to be in the same range so that the devices can communicate. So whatever program that I'm gonna build here, I can be able to download it to my PLC, which is that one, or I can also download the program to my HMI. And one last thing before we end the session. So once I'm done with this device configuration and the network, I will be able now to go to my PLC and let's say program blocks OB1, and then in OB1 that's where I can write my programs. I'm just gonna minimize this one. That's where you write, whether you're writing ladder logic or you're writing in ladder logic, or you're writing FBD, you're writing statement list. That's where the PLC program will be. And the HMI, you're gonna come there. Let's say come there for the HMI. You do your screens. You can design your screens from screen 1, screen 2. You write whatever you want to write there, and then when you are done, you just go online and download. The same up. You go online for the PLC. You also go online, and you also go online for the HMI. Okay, let's stop there for now. In the next section, I will try to go deeper into detail with my items. I hope you learned something from this session. Stay tuned. All the best. Goodbye.